Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
And we welcome you to game number 2 on day 2 between the Cochrane Crunch and the Espanola Paper Kings. I am Matthew Sucrum alongside with Courtney Kenny, who will have the play-by-play call today. Getting set for this one, we'll go to those players to watch. On the Espanola side, Courtney, I'm looking at Joshua Romalo coming into this game. He is a right shot defender at 6'3", coming out of Whitby, Ontario. He had 29 points last season, and so far through this year, he's got 6 points. Again, as a defenseman, was held pointless in yesterday's 4-0 loss to French River. While on the Cochrane Crunch side, I'm looking at Liam Boswell coming into this tournament. He was leading the Crunch in overall production. 2 goals, 7 assists for 9 points on the year, but was held pointless yesterday.
We'll have to keep an eye on them for sure. And like you mentioned, we saw Romalo in that game yesterday. Had a good couple of plays for Espanola early before they faltered down the stretch. As we're underway here at the Countryside Arena in Sudbury, Cochrane bringing the puck into the Espanola zone. They get the puck around the back of the net, and it's back out to Shields at the blue line. Shields dumps it back in, and that's Boswell, Matt's players to watch, holding the puck at or behind the net right now. Braham loses the handle on it, and it's dumped back in to the to the Espanola zone, and Boswell touches the puck up, meaning it's an offside call. We're just over 45 seconds into the first period.
These two teams met earlier this season, right at the beginning of the season on September 9th, and it was Espanola coming away with a 7-3 win over Cochrane.
Espanola has looked good at the beginning of the year, but they've been streaky as of late, having lost a couple games in a row now. The official affiliate club of the Sudbury Wolves. So again, good to see for the Wolves brass. They get to see some of their players in action here in Sudbury. They got to see Galton, the goaltender, yesterday in action, and he's not even dressed for this game.
Here's the other thing we didn't touch on. It's also an opportunity. There was an opportunity.
For Lush, yeah.
This is also an opportunity for coaches around the OUA to come and get a look. I know, the Laurentian Voyagers don't have a program anymore, but certainly the Nipissing Lakers have a chance to come see some of these guys all in one spot. You could have some teams from the Ottawa side and Quebec side of the OUA as well. So,
well, we saw Mike, as a quick shot from a tight angle from Green Gorton comes in. We saw Mike McParlin, the coach of the Nipissing Lakers, was here yesterday checking out some of the action. As we got a little makeshift 2-on-1, but the pass is just out of the reach of Lacroix. And the puck's back down to the Espanola zone. Playing the puck is Alexander Christopoulos. And quickly back up to the neutral zone for Lacroix. Chasing after it now is Danuden, the former Powassan Voodoo. He rims the puck around the end boards. And then a body check loosens that one up, and Cochrane in their baby blue jerseys chase after it before losing it to Green Gorton. Green Gorton up to Danuden. Danuden with the shot, and Ouellette makes the save. Quickly through the blue paint area, and there's no one there to corral that one home. Espanola on the attack. Walking through the zone, and it's going to be Cochrane that picks it up. Gets it up to St. Amand. St. Arnaud now tries to make a move, but Espanola's defense stands tall on that one, and the puck's dumped down on Ouellette's net. And Ouellette's just going to freeze that one. And 2.5 minutes into this period, shots on goal, 2-0 in favor of Espanola.
Ouellette comes into the game 1-1-1-0 on the season so far, and just 9 goals allowed in those 4 games played, to a 2.98 goals against average and a .943 save percentage. Cameron Dick in net tonight for the Espanola Paper Kings. He's 1-1-0-0 on the season, a stingy 2.01 goals against average, and a save percentage of .949 in the 3 games he's appeared in. 4 goals allowed in 119 minutes played so far for Espanola, making 75 saves on 79 shots at him.
Yeah, so the goaltending tandem of Dick and Galton has been very stingy for the Paper Kings.
We saw Galton in yesterday's game that ended in a 4-0 loss, although Galton really, 3 of those goals, I don't think any goaltender could have stopped.
No, very big defensive miscues on Espanola's end. That led to 3 of those goals. And now...
This has got to be the most colorful matchup in the NOJHL.
Yes, I would say so. We got highlighter green with black and then baby blues.
Oh, man.
It's literally your NHL Create a Team jerseys going at each other right now. Can't say they're not creative. Espanola with the rebrand this year, the Paper Kings. The Crunch redid their jerseys a year ago and their logo. And now we got Cochrane coming into the Espanola zone as they get tripped up. And it's quickly Lavallee Lewis going the other way. And a shot comes in, saved by Ouellette. Secondary chance, another save by Ouellette. He had to be strong on those two. And now Christopoulos dumps it back in. Puck bounces out in front of Ouellette's net, and he just knocks that one away. And that'll be Menard. He picks the puck up for Cochrane, trying to get it up, but Christopoulos stops that one. And Romalo, Matt's other player to watch out there for Espanola right now.
Yeah, Romalo didn't take a lot of shifts off in that game yesterday in that 4-0 loss to French River. And he also looked good in the game in Powassan when they beat the Voodoos 4-2, which was actually their second last win in a stretch where they've gone 1-4.
Quick shot attempt coming in from Lines, and he fans on it. And now it's Brazo coming up, gives it to Porter. Porter tries to get the puck to the front of the net, but it hits a skate and bounces away. Jacobs chasing after it. And he goes hard into the boards with Bram. And now Porter comes out with it, loses the handle on it. And Espanola gets it in the slot with a quick shot, and Ouellette stands tall on that one.
Yeah, been a tough stretch for both these teams coming into today's game. Cochrane 1-4 in their last 5, and they lost to Elliott Lake 5-2 yesterday here at the Showcase. Their last win came on September 28th, 2-1 over Kirkland Lake. On Espanola's side, identical record, 1-4 in their last 5. They lost 4-0 to French River yesterday, and coincidentally enough, the Rapids were the team they last beat back on September 24th. It was a 5-2 win over French River.
And Cochrane have already, in the early going, matched their win total from last season. Sounds impressive, but when you look at their win total from last season at 2, maybe not. As the Crunch go after it. And they come out, but they quickly lose the handle on it, and Espanola picks it up in their defensive end before losing it, before they could get it out of the blue, or past the blue line. Espanola with the handle on it. LaCroix with a big hit against him. He took one from the captain of the Crunch, Stewart, and was knocked down on the ice almost from behind, and now LaCroix and Stewart almost match up against each other again. And St. Arnaud tries to dump that one in.
Cochrane took a long time to come out of the zone after that play. They could have had a 2-on-1 going in, but 2 guys were trapped deep in the zone.
Paper Kings, Ring Gorton tries to get the puck in. They could have had a 2-on-0 to go the other way, but they couldn't get anything going. As that was almost too many men on the ice for the Crunch, but they got away with that one, and then we get a quick icing call here. And I can tell you, I was up in Cochrane a couple of weeks ago. There was no Crunch game, and even though the Crunch haven't necessarily been a top team in a couple of years, they still have Crunch fever in Cochrane. It's a big hockey community that loves that team, Matt.
Absolutely. Always great to see for teams in junior A leagues that they do get this kind of support. We talked about Kirkland Lake in today's earlier game where it's hard for them to draw some of the OHL draft prospects because they're not affiliated with a team, and they're quite a ways up. Well, Cochrane can say we're in that exact same boat. No OHL team affiliate.
Well, for reference, as Cochrane comes out with it and can't get a shot away, for reference from North Bay, Kirkland Lake is 2.5, almost 3 hours away. Cochrane's 4.5 up the North Highway, and that's a shot that goes wide of the net. And we use North Bay as our example because that's where we're from, doing the broadcast here in Sudbury. And it's a nice little, looked offside, but we're going to get a backhanded shot anyways. It's a nice little hour and a half to Sudbury, but yeah, 4.5 hours on a trip up Highway 11 North to get to Cochrane, so it's a bit of a trek. So some of these teams coming from far and wide to be here. Hearst, Cochrane, the Sioux. Some other teams not so much, as the Greater Sudbury Cubs will be here later. They just have to walk across the hallway to the other rink.
That's it.
Puck goes down into the Espanola zone, and icing is called, although Boswell was pretty quick on there and almost beat it out.
Yeah, Boswell showing off a lot of speed. The Oakville, Ontario product, as I said, 9 points through his first 9 games of the season after being held pointless yesterday. 2 goals and 7 assists, and trying to spur this Cochrane Crunch team to that next level. Interestingly enough, both these teams are better road teams. Again, small sample size in the early going on the season. But both the Cochrane's wins have come on the road in their 2-7-1-0 overall record. They are 0-4 in front of the home faithful.
Leach carries it in, gets it around. It's the Paper Kings with an attempt, and Ouellette's going to stand on top of that one. And that was the first dangerous attempt, although the shot was a little weak coming in on Ouellette. And I just wanted to mention, we've seen Elliott Lake play, we've seen Kirkland Lake play, and there's some local products on their team. The closest person to Cochrane right now on their roster is Desmond Brazo from Timmins. I mean, we see guys from California, Newfoundland, New York, British Columbia on their team. So they're coming from all across North America to play for the Cochrane Crunch. And even same thing with Espanola. We see a couple of Sudbury products, but most of them coming from down south and even Winnipeg and Alberta as well. Stewart up the ice. Brazo taken down hard by Christopoulos. 2 names Battalion fans hear a lot.
That's right.
But you never heard of Brazo taking down Christopoulos, I bet, before, or vice versa. Puck on the far side. Espanola trying to get something going. They lead 6-1 on the shot category, make it 7-1 as that shot came from the point. Pethick now takes the shot, and that was right into the chest of Ouellette. And that's with 11:33 left in the first. Shots are now 8-1.
Espanola also has a better record on the road, 3-2 so far in the season, 2-2-1 at home, 5-4-1-0 overall is Espanola's record to this point in the season.
Pethick back at the blue line, tries to get that one to get tipped in front. Instead it just goes wide. LaCroix now from Sudbury, playing for Espanola. Took a bit of a hit, and then we go offside. There's another quick stoppage here. Second game today. We just saw the Elliott Lake Red Wings take down the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners 7-3. And we got 2 more games after this. The Greater Sudbury Cubs take on the Powassan Voodoos. And the French River Rapids take on the Blind River Beavers. Ironically, we started our journey with the NOJHL Showcase, Matt, with the French River Rapids. We end it with the French River Rapids as well. Puck comes into the Espanola zone.
I think they did a good job to try to give teams as much time away from the rink as possible after their games yesterday.
Exactly. And you know what? As we get a little bit of rough stuff after the whistle, as much as we make fun of the town of Sudbury, there's a lot to do here, too, to kind of take in and do team bonding stuff. Got the Big Nickel, you got Science North, and you can go check out the Super Stack before they tear that down. There's a lot to do here, but maybe you just want to hang out in the hotel. That's totally warranted as well in this town.
I've seen quite a few players whose games aren't until later today that have already shown up to the rink. And they're just kind of taking in the action. And a lot of these guys are friends with each other, either played in their U16 years together, so it's nice to see some friendly faces around the rink.
For sure, and of course, like you mentioned, a lot of these guys friends, so it's kind of like a, yeah, you're here to showcase your talent, but it's also kind of like old home week as well.
Oh, a hard hit behind the goal line there. That's a big man, Den Uden, throwing his weight on another big guy in Ty Jacobs. 6'4" Ty Jacobs got knocked down by the Kyle Den Uden at 6'2".
Yeah, big bodies colliding for sure. Now we get a scrum on the far side half wall in the Cochrane zone. Espanola comes away with possession. Shot comes in from the point. It goes wide. Romalo tries to get it out front. They lose the handle on it to Cochrane before gaining possession once again. And they're just going to rim it around. Romalo all over the ice. Picks up the puck on the far side half wall before losing it to Cochrane. Johnson making his way up the ice. Johnson takes a shot. It misses the net. A little bit of an innocent-looking play, but almost handcuffed the goaltender for Espanola. Now puck comes in and goes wide. That's Lines looking for some options. He just chases the puck behind the net. Tries to get it back to his defenseman, but a good stick on the ice of Boswell keeps it from going out to the point. Stewart, the captain of the Crunch, gets it out to the blue line. Christopoulos picks it up, and he's just going to feather that one back in. Battle along the near side wall now. And the puck comes out, and Stewart kicked it out, but it looks like we're going to get a stoppage in play here. Not sure what happened on that one. Ice sticking seems to be the call. And so we'll drop the puck here shortly.
Yeah, they're not going to go to break here.
No. Lines losing the draw to Boswell, but then he picks it back up, takes the shot. It's out, in and out of the glove of Roulette and over the glass for another stoppage in play. It seems like everybody's forgotten about the mid-period break here.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
So 8:56 to go in this first period, and Creed and Dick has not been terribly busy. In fact, when the puck has been in the Cochrane zone, he has looked really relaxed in his net. The Espanola Paper Kings goaltender has got his hand up on his net and is just watching his team go to work in the offensive zone. He's only faced one shot, but the danger is you need to stay sharp. And as he said, Cochrane came down and looked like an innocent shot, but there was a lot of force behind that last shot. So, yeah, you got to stay sharp in this game, as the offense can turn around quickly and sneak up on you.
They can for sure, and we'll have to keep an eye on Dick to see if that affects his play at all. Real quick, at the end of 40 minutes, across the way at ice pad number 1, Hearst Lumberjacks and Sioux Thunderbirds are tied at 2 after 40 minutes of play. And then we get a bit of a break for Frost coming down. Frost takes the shot. It goes wide of Dick's net. And now Espanola back on, try to regroup a little bit. Christopoulos carries it through the neutral zone, gets it over to Lines. Lines tries to take the shot, but it was blocked. And Cochrane back in motion here. Rimstad. He tries his pass over to Frost. Frost loses the handle on it. And then Bram misses the puck as well. Quickly back up the ice for Boswell. Boswell goes cross ice. And there's the second official shot on net for Dick. That one coming off the stick of Curnew.
Cameron Frost came into this tournament 3 goals and 3 assists, which led the team in scoring. Second in team scoring and first overall in goals for Cochrane, but he hasn't seen his name on the score sheet since September 17th when Cochrane beat Kirkland Lake.
Yeah, a bit of a slump there for Frost.
I checked that. That was the loss to Kirkland Lake. They beat Kirkland Lake in the rematch 10 days later.
Shot comes in quickly on Ouellette's net. He makes 2 of them quickly as a Paper Kings player was falling to the ice and got a secondary chance off. And now the puck's back up through the neutral zone. And Espanola comes in with a shot. That was off the stick of Bridgman. Puck now stuck behind the net. Cochrane picks it back up. Gurney taking a bit of a hit and falls over at the far side half board.
Still had the puck, though. That was interesting play.
Yeah, just a little bit for sure. Porter tries to get it out front to Brazo. Brazo can't get the handle on it. And now a battle here with Dion. And Peters and Davey trying to get the puck. And finally Espanola gets it down to the Cochrane zone. But neither team seems to get much zone time when they're in each other's zone. Although Lush picking it up in the neutral zone. Espanola has looked like the more dangerous team, of course, with 13 shots to this point. Cochrane only registering 2. And they can't get it out of their own zone right now as Cochrane's all over that, but finally it does come out. But Cochrane has possession quickly with Stewart. Stewart getting it up to St. Arnaud. St. Arnaud can't get the handle on it, just trying to get it deeper into the zone. And then a Crunch player takes the hit. And they get the puck cross ice to Shields. Shields picks it up. Helu almost loses the handle on it. And then he does give it back to a Paper Kings player before St. Arnaud goes after it behind the net. Coming out with it to Stewart. Stewart at the point, walks the blue line, dumps it back in. We're going to have a delayed penalty coming.
Wow, okay.
And it looks like interference is the call. And it's going to go against Shields. So the Paper Kings, as you can say, the rich get richer here with shots on goal, 13-2 in favor of the Paper Kings. And now they're going to have the man advantage.
Yeah, that seemed like an interesting call. I don't know if the officials were just saying, all right, let's do something here, and maybe got a little bored without having to make a call through the first almost 14 minutes of the game. But Christian Shields going into the box, and that will allow the Paper Kings to get some work done on the power play.
Marlowe can hold on to that one as he loses the handle on it, and the puck goes back almost to their end. Gordon leaves it for Lacroix. Lacroix back to Lush. The Cochrane bench wanted an offside call. They're not going to get it. Lush back to Bram. Bram takes the shot. It's high and into the glove of Ouellette. So no harm, no foul for Cochrane when it comes to that potential missed offside.
Espanola's power play ranked 9th in the league, 13.6% coming into today. 6 for 44 through their 10 games this season. On the penalty kill, Cochrane ranked 9th in the league, 78%. They have allowed 11 goals against, being shorthanded 50 times this season. And those being shorthanded 50 times this season, that's the third highest mark in the NOJHL.
Christopoulos going cross ice, back to Horgan at the point, to Christopoulos. Christopoulos cross ice, and there's nobody there to receive the pass, but Horgan's going to be able to keep it in the zone before Cochrane ultimately gets it out. Bessette now walks it back in. He's going to give it back to Christopoulos, who takes the shot, and it was a heavy shot, but wide. And now Christopoulos will have to go and regroup in his own zone. So lots of puck movement for the Paper Kings through the first bit of this power play. A minute gone. And Cochrane now looking a little bit more dangerous as they get called for offside by Boswell. So 51 seconds left of the man advantage. 5:07 left in this first period of play. Nothing. No score to speak of. And of course, across the way, 2-2 after 40 minutes of play between the Lumberjacks and the Sioux Thunderbirds.
Cochrane looking for a little more consistency on the offensive side of the puck in the early going this season. Their goal differential sitting at -23. They've allowed 43 goals and have scored just 20 through their first 10 games of the season.
Cross ice pass to no one in particular as Romalo picks it back up. Goes back to the blue line for Pethick. Pethick back to Romalo, who unloads with a heavy one-time slap shot. It's off the blocker of Ouellette and out of play.
Espanola, though, with the man advantage, and they're looking to add to their +2 goal differential on the season. Scored 35, have allowed 33 against. But both teams try to snap 0-3 losing streaks that they're currently on.
Shot coming in from the top of the face-off dot. And Ouellette once again with the save. That was Green Gordon with the shot. And he's been a little lethal this year as well, Matt.
Yeah, Green Gordon leads his team in overall scoring. 6 goals on the year and 9 points.
15 seconds with the man advantage, face-off.
And he's a big body that impressed us in that game in Powassan a couple of weeks ago.
Bit of a weird pass that hits the skate and goes in on Ouellette's net. As we're getting to the dying seconds here of this power play. Back to 5-on-5. Romalo looking cross ice. He takes the shot. It bounces off a couple of bodies and goes wide. Puck in the corner. And Cochrane tries to get it back out, but Romalo holds his ground. Now coming in with a golden opportunity was Bram. And Ouellette got a piece of that and kicked that one away. Bram battling for the puck with Stewart. And now Romalo picks it up at the blue line, and the puck's going to go out for Green Gordon, who throws his weight around. And he knocks down Curnew.
Like I said, we saw that a lot in that game against the Voodoo's a couple weeks ago in Powassan.
Yeah, big body for sure. He's back out there still. And then a good opportunity there for Espanola, but now Cochrane on the retaliation here. Frost stops up to let his guys get into the zone. Leaves it for Brazo. Brazo in the corner. Knocked down. Gets back up, keeps the puck up. And the puck's back out to Peters Daly. Peters Davy with just a dump in. And then Ouellette comes out to cover the puck up, and then on the stop, a crunch player was pushed over his goalie. And no harm to Ouellette, so everything's good there, but a couple of words from the officials after that one with 3:08 left in the first.
The Cochrane Crunch don't come in as a very big team, just 7 skaters listed at 6 foot or taller. Both their goaltenders, though, over 6 feet.
Shot on goal, 18-2 in favor of Espanola right now. And a quick chance on that one, but Ouellette gets over with a toe save. There was an opportunity there for Lavallee Lewis. And you can't bury that one. Frost through the neutral zone. Up to Rimstead. Rimstead looking for some support. Nobody was there to accept the pass. Peters Davy goes cross ice. And Horgan picks it up.
And the reason I bring that up is because it's noticeable when Cochrane comes in on the attack. It seems like they are shielded a little bit when they're looking for that cycle game. Because on the other end, oh, here we go.
Espanola quickly in with a 3-on-2, but they can't get a shot away. And now they carry the puck back out. And they finally get the shot away. That was Peters Davy. Ouellette couldn't hold on to it. As the puck goes cross ice. That was Lavallee Lewis who bobbled that one. Back to Christopoulos at the point. He takes the shot. It goes wide. Lush now comes out. He's knocked down. Frost picks it up and dumps it down the ice, but it doesn't get any further than the linesman as it hit him. Cochrane now through the neutral zone with Frost. Puck goes down the ice, and Dick says, look, I'm tired of not touching the puck, and tried to grab a hold of it with his stick, and then almost falls over for his efforts. Christopoulos, he's been impressive in this game, too, all over the ice for the Espanola Paper Kings.
Sure has.
And the puck's going to be kept in. No, offside, as Horgan tried to knock that one back in. Or Bram, I should say. Lines tries to get a hold of that as we're going to have a delayed penalty coming in. Johnson goes after it, and they're going to get a quick shot off the side of the net, and as Lines touches it, we're going to get a penalty here to Espanola.
Yeah, on the other side, Espanola comes in with 16 skaters that are 6 feet or taller. So yeah, Cochrane does give up a lot of size in this matchup. And now, but it's Cochrane that's going on the power play here.
Yeah, it's
a good opportunity for them.
It's funny when you're out there looking at it. It's almost like the game that we had yesterday between Sudbury and Hearst with the size difference there. Cochrane gets it back to the blue line. Shields tries to get a hold of it, but instead it's going to be Lines. He gets Bram going. And then it's a good defensive play by Cochrane, gets the puck back quickly to their other end. Rimstead into the zone. Tried to get a feed over to Porter. Back to Stewart. Stewart tries to get the shot on net. He tried to get it deflected on net, but it missed. Now we get Espanola just going to dump the puck down the ice.
I'm surprised that wasn't a call with Shields getting tripped up going to the net.
Yeah, we saw that in the last game, a couple of 5-on-3 opportunities. As Elliott Lake was able to put that one away, 7-3 over Kirkland Lake.
Cochrane comes in with the 11th ranked power play in the league. 4 for 45 for 8.9% with the man advantage.
Oof, numbers you don't like to see if you're trying to compete in the NOJHL. Cardinal gets it up ice. 53 seconds left on the man advantage, and they haven't had much zone time since the first few seconds of this, as Menard goes cross ice, but nobody was there. Curnew now picks it up, and he loses it promptly to Espanola. And now Cardinal over to Menard.
I was going to say it was going to be a good opportunity for for Cochrane to try and build on those numbers as Espanola comes in with the 10th ranked penalty kill in the league, 77.8%, 10 for 45 when they are down by a man, but they will have to see if they can take advantage of it in the opening 38 seconds of the second period as we end this one scoreless after the opening 20 minutes, Courtney.
Yeah, and a big shot differential as well, 18-2 in favor of Espanola on that one. So Ouellette doing his job to keep this game at a scoreless score right now. But with that being said, we'll be back with more on the front line after this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
We welcome you back inside the Countryside Arena here in Sudbury for Game 2 on Day 2 of the NOJHL Showcase, a great event that's been put on. It's been on hiatus the last couple of years because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but finally able to get back here to Sudbury to have this event. And there has been a total of 12 games over these 2 days, featuring all 12 teams. And we'll have done 8 of them when it's all said and done, Matt.
That's a lot of hockey.
It really is.
In a short period of time.
As we're back underway here, the puck into the neutral zone. Espanola still on the man advantage for another 15 seconds. They get a shot, and Ouellette stops that one. Just a quick summary of where we're at. 19-2 is the shot total, and we're still scoreless here after the first 20 minutes of play. 20 minutes and change, I should say. Lines get set for the draw. Romalo, Matt's player to watch, the captain of Espanola out there at the point. And pretty much all the offense on the back end runs through him. You see him out there on every power play. And he likes to have that puck on his stick, as he does right now.
Also on the penalty kill right now, though, and now they're not.
No. As they come in, and they got the lone shot here, as Cochrane didn't get a shot on that power play at all between the first and second periods. And Gurney now takes the hit. Bram tries to go up ice and get past Menard, but both of them take a tumble. The puck back out to the point for Christopoulos, who just narrowly avoids a check, but then falls down anyways. And now we get a stoppage in play.
Yeah, they're going to call that one for tripping.
As Brazo will go to the box then, if that's the case. Or he'll go back to the bench.
Yeah. And now the officials are trying to figure out which player they're sending in the box. Looks like it's going to be Menard. Yeah, they're calling it on the play where he slid into Christopoulos.
So now we'll see if they can get any offense going. And now it's going to be Gurney going the other way. Or St. Arnaud, I should say. St. Arnaud with this shot. And they couldn't get one with the man advantage, but they get one here shorthanded. Espanola stopping up on the far side. And the puck's back down to the neutral zone. You know, Jacob Brown, who we had on during the second intermission of the first game, in charge of the NOHA, and these are NOHA refs, Adam Morrell, Jack Hennigan. He said, I'm going down to talk to them, and I said, make sure they call more penalties. We want to see some offense. Here we are right away.
Gurney Kenny having an influence on the tournament.
Yep. At least I'm not betting on these games, all right? So,
yeah.
Romalo carries the puck in. This is for Bissett. Goes cross ice in the shot, and we get our first goal as Gordon gets one past Ouellette on the man advantage. It's 1-0 for the Espanola Paper Kings.
The team leader continues to lead the team. That's his 7th goal of the season. It's a power play marker for Espanola, and what a beautiful passing play moving into the zone. That was started by Leach, I believe, leading up the ice. Bissett dropped that one back to Gordon, and Gordon had 2 guys set up in front of Ouellette, and that was all he needed to get that puck finally past Ouellette on their 20th shot of the game.
Yeah, Ouellette really held his ground in that first period. We'll have to see if he keeps up his stingy play. Shot from a sharp angle. That was Cameron Frost unloading that one. Or not Cameron Frost, rather. Sorry, Bram unloading that one.
Yeah, for Ouellette, yes, he's been tested. 20 saves now on 21 shots on the game. But I felt like Cochrane did a really good job of keeping Espanola's chances to the perimeter in that first period, despite spending a lot of time in the defensive zone.
Looked like some interference on that one on Brazo, but he gets to the puck first and no call. And the shot comes in and goes wide. May have hit the blocker of Dick. Got 3 now. Back to Den Uden. Den Uden takes the shot. Runs up a body and high of the net. Cochrane trying to get it out, but Espanola now in the slot tries to get a backhanded shot away. That was lush. And now Cochrane's just trying to get the puck out. Porter goes up ice. Gurney now coming in on a break. Gurney with the chance, and he ties it up on the third shot of the game for the Cochrane Crunch. Just under 3 minutes into the second, we're back to a tied hockey game, all at one.
Tyler Gurney with his first goal of the season and his first goal in his NOJHL career. He was wide open. He didn't follow the play into the zone. I guess he read it and noticed that Cochrane was going to be able to clear that puck quickly. I mean, he was behind the red line when everybody else was entering the zone, and he was just stationed there unchecked. Got a nifty pass down the left wing side, and he goes glove side high on the goaltender Dick. And just like that, Cochrane has life. It's 1-1.
Kind of get the feeling, Matt, that after 20 minutes of stalemate, its teams have kind of figured each other out. As a volley, Lewis now tries to get the puck into the slot, and it goes right through with nobody able to pick it up. Cochrane. Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, like we said, these teams have faced each other just once before. That came all the way back on September 9th, so, almost a month ago, when Espanola beat Cochrane 6-3 in that game. I checked that 7-3 in that game.
Yeah, you kind of get the feeling that they're done figuring each other out, as now comes a golden opportunity for Espanola. Might have been off of Ouellette's pad and hit the glass behind. That was Peters Davey with the chance in all alone. When you get in there, the goaltender's so huge, you just have to really pick your spot well. And now it looks like we're going to get an icing call here.
And the other official had his arm up for a delayed offside as well, so yeah.
We're getting a penalty as well.
Everybody put their hand up and someone make a call. Holding.
I told you, more penalties.
There you go. Holding against Peters Davey, which is unfortunate because, like you said, he got that opportunity. He was set up on the inside hash mark off that face-off, and it was a cleanly won face-off right to him. And he had time. He had about 3 seconds there where he got a clean look on the goaltender Ouellette, but he just lifted it a little too high. So with 16:14 remaining in the period, Cochrane with another power play here, and the face-off is just in front of their own bench behind the behind the Espanola blue line.
It's a little bit tough, when you've been doing so many games like back-to-back like that. To Matt's credit, the last game we just did was Kirkland Lake versus Elliott Lake.
That's right.
Moments before this game started. Rimstead skates around, tries to get the pass through the neutral zone, and Stewart has to be quick on that one, or else Espanola would have had a shorthanded breakaway. Rimstead tries to get it to go cross ice, but instead it's going to go all the way down the length of the ice, and Bram now getting it off the rebound from the board. His shot went wide. Rimstead, he's been all over the ice on this shift. Stops up, gives the puck to the captain, Stewart. Stewart now digging for it on the near side half wall, loses the handle on it, and Espanola tries to get the puck out, to which they do, but it comes out to Cardinal. Cardinal with 1:09 left on this power play is being chased by Bram. He tries to skate away from it, and Bram brings him down. And then it looked like a bit of a hand pass there maybe, but it might have hit his stick, so the referees say play on. Cardinal stops up. Bram has been his shadow, has not let him move very far on this penalty kill.
Interesting look on the penalty kill for Espanola.
Very much so. Boswell now carries it in on the near side half wall, gets it back to Frost. Frost tries to get back to Boswell, but the puck misses his stick and off is skating him behind the net. Frost going to pick it back up at the point. Gets it back in for Boswell. Back to Frost. Frost back to Boswell. There's not much room there for Boswell to work.
No, not at all. And there's another penalty coming up here. The goaltender Ouellette racing to the bench.
So we're going to get 17 seconds of 5-on-3.
Cross-checking is going to be the call against Espanola. And this is a big opportunity here for Cochrane.
They haven't gotten a shot on any of their power plays so far.
Right. But then they had a breakaway opportunity shorthanded.
Yeah. But I got to say, Bram with the great play of just being Cardinal's shadow and not letting him move out from behind the net as we get a bit of a timeout here as well. Looks like Cochrane calling the timeout. As they've been
And that
heavily
shows
outshot.
you it's a team that really, I mean, this is going to sound silly to say, but it's a team that really wants to win this game. And, you know, they're 2-7, 1-0 on the season. They've lost their last 3, 1-4 in their last 5. So really, that's head coach Tom Nicolo that's really trying to urge on his team and find some urgency on this opportunity. Like you said, Corny, their last power play didn't get a shot on. They haven't got a shot on this power play opportunity. Now they've got a 5-on-3. The game is tied. It's right in your grasp. Go out and make something happen, especially, you know, you've only got 3 shots on net. You know, this is a time to really try to turn things around and make something happen for yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, Dick only has a 66% save percentage right
There
now.
you
So
go.
Menard to Stewart. Stewart back to Menard. Over to Stewart. Stewart takes the shot and is quickly over to Frost. And on the rebound, Frost with the 5-on-3 still in effect. Gets Cochrane up 2-1. So they're still going to be on the man advantage here, Matt.
Can we give an assist to head coach Tom Nicolo for drawing that one up? I mean, great time to call a timeout. And again, just reassess to your team exactly what you want to see happen.
Yep.
And I'm sure that's exactly how he drew it up. Maybe not with the initial rebound going off the post, but Johnny on the spot, Mr. Frost, was right there when he needed to be and was able to beat the goaltender Dick. And Cochrane now with a 2-1 lead and still now with a 5-on-4 power play opportunity.
And the thing that was interesting about that is Frost looked like he almost took too much time to get that shot away.
Yeah.
And he was still able to beat Dick. So, fortunate there with the bounce on that one. Again, 2-1 lead now. It's looking like 4-3 for Hearst over the Sioux right now, with the third just winding down.
Cameron Frost, 4th goal of the season, now 7 points on the year. And earlier, when Tyler Gurney scored his first of the season to get 4 points on the year, that ties him for 3rd overall in scoring on this team with Morgan Porter and Blake Menard, all 3 guys with 4 points each.
St. Arnaud with a chance, and puck bounces up, and an Espanola player was able to knock that one away. There also was a wide open cage, and now a chance here for Den Uden. Den Uden coming in, takes the shot. What a save by Ouellette. Short-handed chance for Kyle Den Uden, and he wasn't able to bury it.
It's a couple chances Den Uden has had in this period. 7 minutes in here, and Den Uden, I mean, he has been a very good weapon for Espanola to go to.
Boswell skates it in. 25 seconds left on the man advantage. Looks cross ice to Cardinal. Cardinal with a bit of a spin, tries to get it out front, but it's left to Den Uden, who then flips it up and down the ice for Bram. And it's going to be well out of his reach for Bram, so he's not going to have the chance to go in and try and get a shot. And now Shields picks it up. That's basically going to do it with the man advantage here, as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. So Cochrane with 1 power play goal and 1 power play shot. And a 500 save percentage now for Dick in net.
Again, that was one where they needed to score on that 5-on-3.
Yeah. And we've seen lots of teams here during the showcase not able to score on that 5-on-3, Matt, when they've needed to. But Cochrane getting at that one, and then there's Bessett with the shot. It's up and off a body. St. Arnaud picks it up. He looks to give a stretch pass to Sherman, and it doesn't go his way. Lush now just powering his way into the Cochrane zone. Takes the shot when with 11:46 left on the clock. Ouellette gloves that one down.
Cameron Frost with that last goal from Paradise, Newfoundland. He comes over from the Paradise Warriors in a trade earlier this summer. Cochrane acquired him on July 12th, so it was a summertime acquisition and looking to pay off as Cameron Frost now with 7 points on the season, 4 goals and 3 assists through Cochrane's into Cochrane's 11th game of the season here.
And Gordon now skates out. He scored the lone goal for Espanola so far. To Horgan. Oregon takes a shot, but that was a good stick by Hertorski to block that one. Skating around now is Romalo. He's knocked down off the puck. And in comes Hertorski now to pick it up. Sends it up ice. And well offside for Cochrane.
Oh, man.
Like a step or two was Sherman. Wow.
Sherman just got turned around. I don't think he realized where the puck was.
No.
And
It's almost like Matt Duchesne a couple of years ago when he still played for Colorado. That was like 10 steps into the zone. They didn't call it offside. He goes and scores a goal.
that's right.
My goodness.
Yeah, I just think Sherman had no idea where the puck was.
No, I think Matt Duchesne knew exactly what he was doing.
Oh, Matt Duchesne did, yeah.
Puck through the neutral zone into the Cochrane zone now. There's a big check there. Thrown by the crunch. I guess you could say it was a big crunch.
There you go. I was waiting for you to drop that one.
It's getting too predictable now. Happy birthday yesterday, Mike, our cameraman. As there's a big hit there, we'll get another stoppage of play here. 10:46 left. You can kind of tell that our brains are fried after 4 games of hockey yesterday and 1 today already. So
Powering through it.
that's what we got to do. We need to get the Gatorade showers going, get some electrolytes, turbo lights, more lights than your body has room for, according to Power Thirst, an old internet video. I'm just going to start quoting YouTube videos from like 12 years ago. What were you doing 12 years ago? I was watching Power Thirst on repeat.
There you go.
Lush with the puck, carries it into the offensive zone. Left for Guthrie, who can't get a handle on it as Cochrane is there with a good defensive stick. Menard goes up ice to Rimstead.
Espanola hasn't even had a shot on net in a while.
Neither team has, to be fair, since the goal. We're going to get an offside call here, as the linesman was right on top of that one. Yeah, ever since Cochrane scored that second goal of the game, we haven't seen a shot on goal. It's been a few minutes here for sure. I mean, they even went through a whole power play without a shot, so.
That's right.
Romalo. He sends it in. It's blocked down by Ouellette. So there's a shot. Albeit from the neutral zone, but it's still a shot. Brazeau skates after it, sends the puck through the slot. Nobody there. Menard now at the point, picking it up. And it's Brazeau picking it back up. And he gets a shot on goal. It was almost tipped in front and looked dangerous, but Dick was able to knock that one away. Romalo up ice. We got a 2-on-1 developing here. Espanola comes in, and they just walk right in freely, and they're going to get a goal out of that one. That's Peters Davey with that one, and he beat Ouellette cleanly, and then the puck just trickled in over the line, almost as if he fanned on the backhanded attempt.
That was a weird way that play broke down, but Peters Davey, clearly the happiest guy on the ice now after picking up that goal. I mean, remember his penalty earlier was the initial penalty that eventually turned into a 5-on-3. And so he's happy to get one back for his team to even things up at 2-2. Just a note, if you're following along on the scorecard online, they accidentally have, going into that goal, Espanola up 2-1. And they have a goal credited to Kobe Braum with Alexander Christopoulos getting the shot. So they got to switch the teams and the numbers on the online score sheet there.
Yeah, there's been a few issues with that today. So they never updated Kirkland Lake scoring a third goal until after the game, even though Kirkland Lake's third goal came before all the other goals for Elliott Lake.
Yeah, that's right. But it is 2-2 here.
Oregon knocks that one down.
Peters Davey with his second of the season, assisted by Joshua Romalo. So the captain continuing to have a good season here.
Puck goes up ice. Espanola looking for a chance. They just tried to shovel that one out front. That was Bram. But Ouellette put his paddle down on the ground and stopped that one from going through. So a good play by Ouellette, who then freezes it up with 8:53 left on the clock. That's going to bring us to our mid-period timeout.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Back and forth action here in the third, or second, I should say. I'm jumping ahead a little bit. 24-6 are the shots in favor of Espanola, although neither team really getting many shots in this period, but both teams coming away with some goals, as Cochrane and Espanola are currently tied at 2. So, as we mentioned, both teams really trying to get to the back of the net, but the goaltenders in the second period not really being all that active, Matt, whereas Ouellette for Cochrane was really active, stopping about 20 shots in that first period alone.
Absolutely. And as I said, Ramallah with his 5th assist of the season now gives him 8 points overall. That's a great weapon for Espanola to have on the blue line. When your captain is both offensively and defensively gifted.
He has been that. He's been impressive through the 2 games that we've seen him here. And again against Powassan, in Powassan a couple of weeks ago. Ramallah up ice to Lacroix. Lacroix loses the handle on it, and Stewart has to go after it. Menard up to Curnow. Touch pass back over to Curnow, just gets back to Ramallah. And it's going to be Bessick coming in one-on-one with Stewart. Bessick takes the shot. It goes wide.
I guess they heard us on the score sheet because it's now been changed to Cameron Frost getting his 4th goal of the season on the power play at 5:41.
Yeah. Bessick coming in with a chance. Good defensive play, giving Espanola no room, and the puck just squirts out. And Gordon would have had, if he had his stick down, would have had an open net to shoot at. But the puck still stays out of the net. Curnow dumps it in and chases after it. Bit of a height disadvantage there for him, and he's going to go off for a penalty now as he knocked Lush into the boards awkwardly.
I was just about to say, Curnow's had a really good period here. He's been physical. He's scored a goal. He's set up some good plays into the zone, and now his errant stick is caught up in the skates of, I believe that was Jan Bissett. So it's finally touched, and now a penalty coming up as Curnow will come back on the ice, get his stick, and then go back in the penalty box.
Yeah, I was just going to say a bit of a height disadvantage for him against Lush and Ramallah. And then he's the one that goes in and makes the big hit that has resulted in the penalty. So we'll have to see if the power play results in some offense here for Espanola. 25-6, the shot total in favor of the Espanola Paper Kings once again.
Ramallah back out there at the blue line.
I don't think he sits. I don't think he ever goes off the ice. Like, it's just...
I was going to say his 8 points are now 4th overall among league defensemen, behind Timmins Nyman with 11, Powassan's Little at 10, and Sudbury's Ellis at 9.
Wow. Oregon chasing after it. It's going to be Shields that's going to be the first one to get to it. And Shields just going to go up ice and knock the puck down, but it hit the linesman, so it never made it all the way down the ice. Ramallah trying to make sure it goes back up ice, and now he's just going to carry it in. Hits the skate of one of his teammates, and Horgan will have to pick it up. Horgan skates into the offensive zone. They go cross ice to Ramallah. Ramallah into the slot with the shot. And it's going to go wide, and then we're going to get a body that hits the net and knocks it off his moorings. Minute 13 left on the man advantage for Espanola.
Ramallah perfectly set up Lavalley Lewis on that play. Found him wide open in the slot, and Lavalley Lewis unleashed a rocket of a shot that unfortunately did not go in the net for Espanola, but great setup there, and they'll do it again.
Bassett now with the shot. Ouellette stands tall with the butterfly on that one.
What Ramallah does is he gets the puck off his stick really quickly.
Yep.
So his teammates have to be prepared for it, but it's like they know that he's going to send that pass across his left side to the open man. And now here's the interesting part. They've got them switched up. They're going to have Horgan below the circle on the right, or at the top of the circle on the right side, and Ramallah will go on his off wing to his left.
Keep an eye on that moving forward. It's not going to matter much here as Stewart just decides that he's going to take the puck to the neutral zone and then dump it down. 56 seconds left on the power play. Ramallah right in the thick of things again.
Both guys were right shot defensemen So again, looking for Romalo to set up the pass for Horgan to get it off his stick on his strong side.
Back to Romalo with the shot. It might not have hit the goaltender, but it hit something, and I can tell you with a heavy shot like that, you're gonna feel that one tomorrow.
Completely reversed the play. That was Horgan setting up Romalo on his off wing, and here he goes again.
Back to Horgan. Horgan with the sharp angle shot, and it goes up and over the glass into the netting, so another stoppage of play. 19 seconds left on the man advantage, 5:54 left in the second period. We're all tied at 2.
The reason you could do that is you're not too worried about having to play the boards on the power play, right? If they get the puck past you and it's on your weak side, okay, you've got more guys to go down and chase the puck. Not that you can be lackadaisical about it, but that's the reason that sometimes you have the convenience to be able to move guys around on that power play and play them on their weak sides.
Lush picking the puck up behind his net. He fans on his breakout pass, and now it's Golich that comes in with it. He just spinning all around, couldn't find the puck. It was in his skates, and Lush picks it back up. And again, having issues getting it out of their zone now as it's 5-on-5 hockey once again. And the puck's just going to hit a stick and bounce into the Cochrane bench.
That was a weird way for that power play to end for Espanola. They had 3 guys set up right in front of their goaltender, and Golich just skated through all of them, spun around, kicked the puck towards the net, and still got a bit of a shot off. But it seemed like everybody forgot that Golich was not supposed to be in that part of the zone for the Espanola Paper Kings.
No, they just kind of let him have his walk right in there. Stewart rims the puck around the back of the net. And that's going to be Pethick who knocks it back for his teammate to chase after. Espanola now out of their zone. Coming up the ice. Cross ice pass to Peters Davey, and he misses that one. And they had to go into the corner. Back into the slot now with an attempt. And my goodness gracious. That was Lavallee Lewis, who couldn't quite get a clean shot off as the puck was right into the slot, and they had to kick it around a little bit before they did get the shot. But Ouellette, regardless, stopped that one, and we're 15 minutes now into the second period.
I think Ouellette thought he had the puck when it was still loose because he kind of sat there on the ice, keeping his pads down, but the puck was actually to his glove side at the side of the net, and had that gone the wrong way off someone's skate, Ouellette would have been going, guys, why didn't anyone let me know where the puck was, right?
Yeah. Romalo with a quick shot off the faceoff. It's off the toe of Ouellette and down the ice for Curnew. Curnew skates it in. It goes well wide of the net. Stewart at the point just dumps it right back in.
This kid's got a good-looking shot. I've been impressed. This is the first time seeing Cochrane this year, so...
They did play a game earlier against the Powassan Voodoos, but we've done so much hockey since then, I don't even really recall what that game looked like. We've seen Espanola more than we've seen Cochrane, which is funny because doing the games for the Voodoos, Cochrane's in the same division as the shot comes in and goes wide, and then a couple attempts, and it's in the back of the net. After about 3 or 4 whacks at it, Espanola goes up 3-2.
Espanola regaining the lead here.
Looks like Lines with the goal. Sorry, Matt. As you were saying.
Yeah, Espanola regaining the lead here. They led 1-0 coming into the period and have since put 2 more on the board, and it looks like it will be Lines that gets credited with that goal. A lot of traffic in front, and Espanola has kind of changed up their offensive strategy. Earlier in the game, they were coming in on the rush and taking shots from those wings. Now they're crashing the crease and really making things difficult on Ouellette, who has had a hard time seeing the puck in the last 5 minutes or so.
Been fighting it a little bit for sure, and just an update on the game happening on Rink 1. Hearst Lumberjacks have taken down the Sioux Thunderbirds 5-3 after a big overtime win last night for the Thunderbirds. As Christopoulos takes the shot, and it's knocked into the corner, then a rebound chance, and Ouellette had to be strong on that one. And a breakout pass to Frost, misses him. No offsides or icing though. And then Shields comes in to make sure the puck doesn't go offside. Great effort by Shields on that one. Puck back to Shields at the blue line, who tries to get the shot into Dick. And the puck bouncing through just misses the net.
That's Line's first point of the game. Third goal of the season.
McCoy now going in with Bessett. Back to Bessett. Bessett from the outside of the slot takes the shot, and it's saved by Ouellette. And now a bit of a breakout for St. Arnaud, but it's going to be too far ahead of him. And Dick will come out and play the puck. Bit of a weak backhanded pass, and Cochrane regains control. Stewart with the shot. It's blocked in front and tipped wide. And now Espanola back on the attack. McCoy now through the neutral zone. Leaves it for Bessett. Bessett can't get it around the stick of Menard. Menard's going to knock it back down the ice. Bertowski gets the puck in. And Espanola picks it right back up. And that would have been a good breakout pass for Guthrie. And it's going to bounce off his stick and go right in on Ouellette. And just to finish my thought from before the goal, Matt, I mean, Espanola is in the west. Powassan is in the east, but thanks to the showcase, we've seen Espanola 3 times now.
That's right.
Whereas Cochrane's in the east, you would think we would have seen Cochrane a lot more than we've seen Espanola.
Aiden Pethick and Kobe Braum getting assists on the Line's goal. 5 assists now for both those guys.
Puck comes in off the end boards. Ouellette tried to play that, but it's out of his reach. Big hit behind the net now. Was Guthrie with it through his body. Puck back out to the blue line. And an attempt from Lush goes high and wide and into the netting. So another stoppage and play, 2:09. We'll be back in action shortly after the end of this game. It'll be the Powassan Voodoos taking on the host Greater Sudbury Cubs. You can catch that one live here on Hockey TV. It'll also be on the Frontline broadcast channel on YouTube. Guthrie in the far side corner. Loses it. And Cochrane now tries to dump the puck down the ice. And Brazo will go for a chase with it. And the puck's going to be up and out of play again. So another stoppage of play. 1:52 left on the clock. 29-6 the shots in favor of Espanola.
Ever since that 5-on-3 for Cochrane, it really has been all Espanola, and they have rewarded themselves with a couple of goals to make it, to tie the game and then take the lead 3-2. Cochrane has had a couple of chances on just very, very brief rushes into the zone where they've sprung a man free, 1 or 2 breakaways, but it's been very limited.
It has been for sure as Horgan chases that puck behind the net. Lavallee Lewis comes after it. Gurney looks up ice, nearly gives it away in the high slot. And it's going to be Cochrane that picks it back up in the neutral zone now.
Yeah, the Voodoos beat the Crunch 5-0 on their home opener.
That would be it, yes. It was a long time ago now, Matt, it feels like.
Yeah, that was way back on September 10th.
Almost a month. Espanola just kind of walking in with it. And they can't get a shot on goal. Battle in the near side corner now. No one can seem to come away with it as there's a bunch of digging going on for the puck. And finally, it's going to be Porter that came away with it, and the puck's out to the neutral zone. Peters-Davy tries to send the puck back in, but it's blocked up on the boards. 40 seconds left in regulation. 3-2 Espanola leads. Looking up ice for maybe a last-minute goal, but now Horgan has to take it out. And he's going to take the puck into the Cochrane zone. Skates around the net, and that would have been a very dangerous attempt. And now we have Ouellette down on the ice after he was hit by, looked like Lines and another Cochrane player. He's down, still no call. He's shaken up. 14 seconds left. He falls into his net as he gets up. Lines coming down the ice, and the net's completely off because they weren't going to call it. So he says, hey, I'm not ready for this, and knocks the net off. You can't really fault him for that.
Yeah, Ouellette turned around and knocked it off, and now he's having a word with the official. I don't know if he's hurt or if he just couldn't fix his mask, but...
Well, he kind of stumbled when he got back up into the net. And now we're having a conference here of the officials to see what's going on. Ouellette keeps holding his head. We haven't seen any movement from the Cochrane net, or Cochrane bench, I should say, on if anyone's going to come out and check on him. And now he's down to a knee.
Yeah, so he's clearly shaken up.
Yeah, not looking good here, and we still haven't seen any movement.
There's no movement on the bench.
No, I don't even know if they have a trainer or anyone to go out and see him.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
This well, it was a lot more dangerous then, as the referees are now skating to the scorekeeper. But a few years ago, there was a Voodoo's game against the Crunch that was delayed because the Crunch goaltender was injured and had to be taken away by ambulance. They had to pull an ambulance into the Zamboni doors in Cochrane, or in Powassan. It was about a 30-minute delay that game because of this, and now we're getting a trainer out here.
Yeah, and I don't know, the trainer was clearly either in the locker room looking at another player or...
Looks like Dubinsky's getting stretched and ready to
go.
And we saw him against the Voodoo's, and I was going to say he looked really good in that game against Powassan.
That's right, he did. We were...
The fog is lifting.
Yeah, despite the 5-0 result, we thought Dubinsky was quite good in that game.
Yeah, if he had been in the whole game, I don't think it might be like a 1 or 2-0 game. As now Ouellette's still down, and now he's in the net. The trainer's looking at his head because his helmet's come off.
There's only 8 seconds remaining in the period, and Ouellette has faced quite a bit of puck already in this game. 30 shots.
Made 27 saves.
Yeah.
Maybe they at some point just decide to play these 8.8 seconds at the start of the third. Who knows?
Yeah. You know, Espanola, they won their opener 7-3 over the Crunch on opening night. Lost the following game to the Lumberjacks 5-4, but then they went on a 3-game winning streak, including wins over the Cubs, the Beavers, and the Voodoos. I mean, that's an impressive trio of teams when you look at the standings right now to win 3 straight games against. But since then, they've come away with just 1 win in their last 5 games since that one.
Yeah, especially even more impressive when you think of last year. I mean, the Crunch missed the playoffs in the East with 2 wins, but Espanola, when they were the Express, missed the playoffs last year, and there's only 1 team from either division that misses the playoffs.
That's right. So they got off to a hot start with that 3-1 record. But they are 1-3-1 since then. Ouellette gets up, looks to be okay. The trainer seems satisfied with how she assessed him, so that's great to see.
Dubinsky's still skating
Dubinsky
down.
is skating to the net, though.
No, it looks like he's turning around. Looks like Ouellette's going to continue.
No, they're telling him to go to the net.
Okay.
The coaching staff were telling him to go to the net. And Ouellette will skate to the bench.
Smattering of applause here as he goes off. And we'll have to keep an eye on that one, because if it is his head, like we were talking yesterday, when the Espanola Paper Kings were playing, could be very dangerous. I mean, look at the NFL, right, with Tua right now.
That's it.
Head injuries are no joke. Christopoulos quickly getting some action to Dubinsky. And that's basically going to do it for this period here. As Dubinsky comes in, faces 1 shot. And now we have an Espanola player down on the ice. But that was a result of a late hit. 3-2 is the score here at the end of period 2. Shots on goal still favor Espanola, 31-6. And now we just have to clean up some of the carnage on the ice. But Matt, 40 minutes of play. What's our assessment so far on the game?
That was an entertaining second period. We saw Cochrane score 2 goals, including the one on the 5-on-3. But they weren't able to hold off the high-powered offense of Espanola, who really has probably spent 15 of the 20 minutes inside the attacking zone, and that's what's led to that 3-2 lead. Just going to give you the stats on Dubinsky, who will probably finish this game for Cochrane. He's 1-5 with a 4.51 goals against average, and a .908 save percentage as he gets the call to finish out today's game. He played yesterday against Elliott Lake in the showcase and allowed 5 goals against in that loss.
So we'll be back with more here on the front line right after this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
Yeah, we'll recap your players to watch on the next whistle. Go ahead, Courtney.
Well, should know, Roulette's back in net. Dubinsky's back on the bench. So Dubinsky got 8 seconds of action in this game, and he made one stop. Frost tries to tip that one out front, and it's back out for Espanola to chase after now. Lines comes and takes the shot. Roulette took an awkward looking pad save on that one. Kicks it away, and then a couple of slap shots from the point coming in. One misses net, the other one's blocked. In and out of the glove of Roulette on that one. Into the slot. Another chance for Espanola. Ram has to chase after that. Have an injury update as well for Galton. Straight from the Sudbury Wolves general manager. Well, we'll get to that momentarily after our players to watch. And it's Horgan now in the neutral zone. Horgan brings it down, and he is going to get knocked off the puck, and Ouellette's going to stop that one. Matt, go ahead with your players to watch.
Well, it really looked like Espanola was playing hardest slap shot contest in that.
Yeah.
I mean, Pethick had a huge one, and then Horgan from the other side. Man, they're really showing off the muscle as the third period got underway. So, players to watch, Josh Romalo, he's got an assist tonight for the Espanola Paper Kings, and he's had a really good game quarterbacking that power play a couple of times as Oulette makes another save. So Josh Romalo out there now and really living up to the C on his jersey in this contest. On the other side, Liam Boswell, early on in the game, he was making some noise. He had a couple of rushes going into the zone and with a couple of shots on net, but he's been held off the scoreboard in this contest so far.
He has been all over the ice, though. We'll have to see if he picks up his play here in the third. Puck back out to the neutral zone. Green Gordon with it. Passes it back to Romalo, and it's out of his reach, so he has to go all the way back behind his net to pick that one out. Romalo back to Lush. Lush goes up ice. He's knocked down, and in comes Porter. Porter all alone, makes a move, takes a shot, and what a save by Dick! Wow! What a glove save by Creedon Dick on that one as Porter was all alone.
That was...
wow.
That could have been a costly giveaway by the Espanola Paper Kings, literally saying, here you go, tie up the game. This one's on the house.
And what a save.
Oh, man.
He hasn't been the busiest tonight, but he's made the saves when he's had to, like that one. Speaking of goaltenders for the Paper Kings, Andrew Galton, the Sudbury Wolves prospect, who started yesterday's game against French River, is on crutches. You'll see him walking around the arena here and there. Apparently, according to Thomas Mercier, who talked to Wolves general manager, as the puck's quickly up and out of play, talked to Rob Papineau, the general manager of the Sudbury Wolves, who's here taking in the game. He's going for an MRI and could be out for a while.
That's a blow.
Not good news for the Paper Kings.
Yeah, that would be a blow for the Paper Kings for sure. Galton has been good so far this season for them.
He has indeed. Christopoulos to Romalo. And the puck goes back to Romalo, who tries to get to Christopoulos. And just some really sloppy defensive or work to get the puck out of their zone here in the last couple of minutes now as Christopoulos is stuck on Pertowski. And now we get a chance for Danuden, who gets the puck to Romalo, and he just tips that one wide. Now we got a 3-on-1 developing here. Pertowski comes in. He looks cross ice, and a shot was just over the sprawling Christopoulos.
3-on-1.
And another 3-on-1. Coming in as the Paper Kings with the shot, and Oulette takes another shot, and then he knocks his helmet off. And again, you got to watch that head, as it looked like he had a head issue at the end of the second period, but surprisingly back out on the ice in this one, Matt.
Well, that was fun until I saw Oulette took the helmet off. Now I'm just more concerned than anything. But he looks to be okay. Okay, so this one looks more like it's an equipment issue.
Thankfully.
Like something was stuck. Yeah, okay, so he does look to be okay. But that was That was a wild sequence. I mean, Espanola had the initial chance with the goaltender pulled out of the net a bit. Couldn't convert on that. Cochrane goes the other way on a 3-on-1. Gets a shot from the middle. They send that one wide. And then the rebound comes all the way out to the blue line. And that allows 3 of the Paper Kings to go the other way to get a shot on Ouellette. So you'd think both coaches want to see that calm down a bit. Well, for us up here, I mean, that's the kind of hockey we've been enjoying.
Those are the calls you dream of, the plays you dream of.
Back-to-back 3-on-1s.
Yep.
And only officially resulting in 1 shot on net.
St. Arnaud now through the neutral zone with Golich. Golich as a support, tries to send it back into St. Arnaud. And Espanola gets it, and now we're going to get a delayed penalty here. And quickly, as soon as the play is called, Romallo right up over the bench. He knows his job's coming right here.
Yeah. Golich goes to the box for high sticking. So this will be, I believe, the 4th power play of the game for the Paper Kings.
Can the shot difference get any more out of hand, too? 37-8 right now in favor of the Paper Kings.
Yeah, 4th power play of the game. They've been on the man advantage 3 times. And each team has scored a power play goal tonight.
And just about to get underway in about 10 minutes on rink surface number 1. Should be a doozy. The Timmins Rock taking on the Sioux Eagles. Tune in to Thomas Mercier on Hockey TV, who will have that one for you. And, of course, we'll continue with this game on Hockey TV and the Frontline YouTube page before we bring you the Boston Voodoos and Greater Sudbury Cubs at 4:15. Getting close to that time. As you can see, 3:36 right now. 5 seconds gone off the clock, too, on that power play. 16:39 left in the third. Cochrane winning the draw. That's going to be Bessett who gets to the puck first, but it's going to hop over him and get out to the neutral zone. Romallo with his hands on it now. Goes up ice. And it's going to be Stewart getting a hold of that, getting it out to the blue line for Frost. Frost goes cross ice. And the Crunch with a quick chance. Here's Stewart had a chance. He fanned on that shot. Has a good stick there by Guthrie. Got in there and stopped that attempt. So it just kind of rolled in on Dick with no real shot. And that'll do it for the first 30 seconds of this man advantage for Espanola.
Really good back check by Guthrie on that play. Coming in and making sure that the Crunch could not get a clean shot on Creedence Dick.
Espanola in the neutral zone with it. Christopoulos, who's another defenseman that I admire here on this Espanola team. Can kind of do it all. Gets it back to the point.
He's had a really good game tonight.
He has. Christopoulos takes the shot, just goes wide of the net. And without Christopoulos at the point, the puck's going to go down the length of the ice. And Grin Gordon will be the first man back. Dick just stopping that one up for his teammate. Grin Gordon looking up ice. Slowly skates it out. Goes cross ice, and it's off the boards. And off the skate of Brazo. And a bit of a move there by Bram to knock that one into the zone. Shields chips it out. And quickly we're going to have a bit of a chance here for Porter again, who's just getting double teamed by the Paper Kings and then takes an elbow to the head. LaCroix, as now it just looks like Porter's all sorts of mad, throwing his body around. Gordon walking into the zone. Takes a shot. Ouellette stops that one. Left now for Bram. LaCroix leaves it for Christopoulos. Christopoulos looks up ice. Back to him in the slot. He takes the shot.
Nice play.
And he had picked his spot on that one. High glove side. It just missed the net. Christopoulos up to Bram. And the pass to nobody is going to do it for this power play. We're back to 5-on-5.
You can see that Espanola really is on the cusp of breaking out and becoming a team that people should be worried about, and then they go and make plays where they pass to nobody at the blue line and shoot themselves on the foot, killing off the rest of the power play advantage. So certainly work to be done, but Espanola at points in this game have really looked better than a 5-4 team, I should say.
They've looked really good, actually. Actually, they looked pretty good yesterday, too, even though they were shut out to the Rapids. And Galton really helping them with that one. Again, the goaltender injured, might be out for a little while. Den Uden battling for the puck there with Cardinal. Knocks him into the boards.
It's actually sorry.
I was just going to say Cochrane gets it out. Menard skates it in. Tries to take the shot. It's off Romalo's skates. And the Romalo's tripped up. No call coming on that.
I think he actually tripped himself up. He got his stick tangled in his own skates there.
Yeah, either way, not a pleasant look now. This
Nice
is Peters
play.
Daly now. Peters Daly on the redirect, takes the backhand attempt, and Ouellette stretching out the pad stops that one. Looking like the goaltender we saw before the injury, and now we're going to get a penalty here. Holding is the call.
That was a nice play by Espanola. You notice they weren't looking for the pass.
Yeah.
They had it on the outside hash marks from their own zone, setting up to Peters Davy. Peters Davy read that play properly. It was behind him, but knowing that he was going to get the bounce off the boards in the neutral zone that was going to go towards the enemy blue line, and he picked it up there and had a clean, 50-foot race in on the goaltender on Ouellette, went with a backhand. Ouellette makes a nice save to stop Peters Davy, but then he goes ahead and draws a penalty for the team. So Espanola back to the power play, 5th time on the power play for this team.
A good block by the Crunch. It got the puck right back to Romalo, though, and the play continues on for the Paper Kings. Romalo stopping up that clearing attempt, but is still out of the zone. But quickly, with no reprieve for Cochrane, the Paper Kings are right back in. Bessett gets the puck back to Horgan. Looking cross ice for Bessett. And the puck didn't get to him. Now in for Guthrie. Back to Bessett on the far side half wall. Romalo in for Bessett. Bessett turned things around. Back to Romalo, who cranks a shot. And then Horgan, who takes another shot. And what a save by Ouellette. Wow. Both goaltenders making great saves here in this third period, Matt.
Best save of the game for Ouellette, no doubt, robbing Horgan of what should have been another power play goal for Espanola, but Ouellette, I should say, doing everything he can to keep this at just a 1-goal disadvantage for the Cochrane Crunch. I mean, that is, we've seen some highlight reel plays so far through this 2-day tournament, but that save right there, post to post, throwing out the body, getting down low, that's one that should be replayed a few times. And, I mean, again, it's just a 1-goal deficit thanks to that huge save. We'll see if Cochrane can reward him now.
Well, they still have 45 seconds to kill off with this penalty first, and that'll help them big time with that clearing attempt. And Lush goes after it. Brazo is quickly on him, and now Christopoulos with the puck over to Lush. Lush just reaches the red line and dumps it in. And a weird bounce, instead of going around the back of the perimeter, it just kind of bounces back out, and now it's back to the neutral zone for Christopoulos.
Yeah, I didn't really like that play by Brazo. There was no way he was going to get the puck, and he wasn't going to take the body on Lush. So he basically just wasted a lot of time going 150 feet in the wrong direction. I don't mind that play 5-on-5, but when you're on the penalty kill, I don't know.
Well, speaking of penalty kill,
it's killed, so there you go. That becomes a moot point.
Back to 5-on-5 with 11:15 left in the third period. Shots on goal, 40-9. Peters Davy just dumps it in on Ouellette, and Ouellette's going to freeze that one up. And it's still a 3-2 hockey game.
Well, Espanola had 18 shots at the end of the first, so they just have not let up. I said to someone in the media lounge in the in the intermission, I said, we're 40 minutes into this game, but I'd argue 30 of those minutes have been spent inside the Cochrane zone with Espanola in control of the puck. But to Cochrane's credit, they're only down by a goal.
Yep. Pethick with a nice little move to wait out the defender, and then he just puts that one high and over the net. What a great move by Pethick. And now another shot coming in from Peters Davey.
That's a Sidney Crosby special, isn't it?
It is.
The leg lift with the head fake, and then you go to your stick side and try to beat the goaltender. And he had Ouellette going down and pretty early on that attempt there, and the shot was coming in up high, so Pethick did everything right except his aim was just a little bit off. Otherwise, he would have given Espanola a 4-2 lead on that play.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the Sidney Crosby special because most of these kids don't remember the NHL or weren't even alive before Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin took in, as we get another attempt here in the Cochrane zone before Cochrane knocks it out.
Yeah, they don't remember the hype surrounding those two drafts.
No.
With Ovechkin going number 1 in a lockout year, and then Crosby going number 1 the following year when the lockout was lifted.
Yeah, a lottery pick. Lottery in the sense of lottery.
A convenient lottery pick for Pittsburgh, by the way.
Yes, LaCroix to Green Gordon. Pethick takes a shot. It's off a knee. And that was a really in the truest senses of the form of lottery because none of the teams have played, so they didn't know what they were going to do. Brazeau knocking that one in. Pethick goes after it. Now we got Brazeau tangled up with Green Gordon. Bit of a height difference there as well.
I saw the other day Crosby, Letang, and Malkin are the longest serving trio in NHL history, I believe.
I think it's said in the four major sports as well.
There's never been another
17 years
with 3 guys on the one team. Yeah, I guess so. There's a lot of duos in baseball that have stayed together for maybe that length of time, but not trios. Oh boy.
Chance there as it's in, and Ouellette now down on the ice again. He's taken a beating in this game as he was run into the net there. And we're going to get another stoppage here as they get the net back on its moorings, but Ouellette thankfully looks like he's okay and will continue. But yeah, Ethan Procession was saying in the podcast on the front line that, he takes a lot of things from Sidney Crosby. He's a Pittsburgh Penguins fan because of growing up with the Crosby era, right? Like he hasn't been alive for the dark days before Crosby was there. So he doesn't remember the Penguins as anything but a good team. So he was saying he was using a lot of Crosby's game and his game and leadership and whatnot. And then we saw that there with Pethick. And again, none of these guys really around during that time, right? So.
And then I think about it now for people like myself who are having kids now. Like my son will be growing up looking at the Connor McDavids of the world, right?
Yeah, exactly. But we have reached our mid-period timeout, so we'll just get a quick word from our sponsor.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
Yeah, the Matthews, McDavids, McKinnons of the world.
That's right.
The 3-headed beast that is the NHL right now. And again, the 3 stars coming up after the game, but it isn't 3 stars. It's player of the game for Espanola and Cochrane for the NOJHL showcase. As Espanola keeps it in. And we'll bring that to you just before we go off air.
This is one of the most interesting one-goal games I think we've seen at this tournament because, again, it feels like Espanola is dominating the play, so it feels like they should be up by more than just a goal. So if you're Espanola, you're worried about just giving that one back now.
Yeah, they're going to have to play staunch defensively here moving forward to the final 8.5 minutes.
But they've also haven't stopped playing offensive, so...
No. Hard shot from Lush. Goes back out to the middle of the ice, and the shot comes in, blocked in front. Dan Uden now with another shot, and Ouellette stands tall on that one. And you know what? We talk about the player of the game, and I think it's already predetermined that regardless of the outcome, I think Ouellette's going to be the player of the game for the Cochrane Crunch.
Yeah, I would say so. He has made a lot of tricky stops in tight situations. He's made some good stops from some powerful slap shots coming in. I mean, the ones that he's got beaten on are, you know, a couple times they came in and crashed the crease, and it's going to be hard to stop those ones.
Cochrane coming in with a chance. Dick just kicks that one away. That was Ben Sherman on the attempt. And yeah, right now he's made 40 stops, because one stop was made by Dubinsky on the 44 shot attempts shots by the Crunch. Menard sends that in, but nobody could pick it up as they were offside. And now we're getting some extracurriculars in the corner.
And now look in front of the penalty boxes. Leach throws a punch at Ben Sherman.
Action everywhere.
Is it just frustration? I mean, these two teams don't have a lot of history with each other this season yet. This is just the second time they are meeting.
That was Porter and Christopoulos, and they're still jawing at each other from the corner now.
I mean, I was following the puck. I don't know if anyone else saw what happened there. Was it just two guys going hard into the corner and then
I think it became
throwing the fisticuffs at the end?
Yeah, and I think it became one of them just didn't want to get up, as it looks like Porter's on his way out completely out of the game. And it looks like the same for Christopoulos. And that's a shame. I thought both of them, Porter's had some great offensive opportunities. I think Christopoulos as well had a really great game on the back end for Espanola.
Leach is gone too now.
Interesting.
And I'm trying to find Sherman and see if he's still out there.
No, he went to the bench. I don't know if he left, but he went to the bench. Stewart and Romalo looking for some explanation.
This could be a huge call here if Espanola have to give up a power play here. And again, they've been, they've really been in control of this entire game.
They have been. Jack Hannigan now surrounded by players down there trying to hear what they have to say and explain their side of things as well. So Romalo and Stewart down there, the two captains.
So Leach is getting 2 minutes on the clock.
So he probably has a 2 and a 10 if he's gone.
Yeah, he is gone. And then the other players. Now, is NOJHL, if you fight with less than 10 minutes to go in the game, that's automatically a game. You're done for the game.
I believe so, yes.
So I guess that's what we're seeing here.
There's no real dropping of the gloves.
Leach must be getting 2 for roughing plus the fight. But yeah, you're right. It wasn't a fight. So anyway, big opportunity for Cochrane.
Big opportunity for sure. And right as if on cue, Rimstead on the shot from the point by Menard got a couple of whacks at it.
If Cochrane could come back and tie this game, I mean, I think that's just a huge victory. You've been outplayed for the better part of this one, but yet you stayed with your game plan defensively.
And there it is. Cochrane ties it up. And it's a 3-3 hockey game as the Cochrane Crunch, who've been heavily outshot, get a goal off the stick of Liam Boswell, Matt.
He was the player to watch going into the game, and that's exactly why Liam Boswell continues to lead this Cochrane Crunch team. Coming into the game, he was a team leader in points with 9. That's his 3rd goal of the season, to give him 10 now on the year. 10 points on the year. First player on Cochrane to reach double digits. And that is a power play goal for the Crunch to even things up late in this game.
What a big goal for sure. Now we have a timeout, I believe, to Espanola. 3-3, 44-12 are the shot total in favor of the Paper Kings. And I don't think this game is anywhere close to being decided, Matt.
I don't think so either. I think if you're Espanola, 2 of the 3 goals that you've given up have been on the power play. One was a 5-on-3, and then that 5-on-4 right there.
Yeah.
So just stick to your game plan. Just keep firing shots at net. I mean, don't really change too much. Eventually, one of them's got to go in if you're Espanola. If you're Cochrane, get the puck out of the zone.
Just keep it away from your net at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, Ouellette's looked great since coming back, but you never know how much that might affect him, what happened in the second. You don't want to tax him too much. I mean, he's already made 40 stops on the game. Again, Dubinsky coming in and making 1. And just a quick score update on the other rink. It's Timmins and the Sioux Eagles. They're tied, or still scoreless in that one 5 minutes into the first period. So, but not that I don't want you to listen to Thomas Mercier. Don't tune out of this game just yet. Coming in now is Lyons, who takes the shot. It's blocked by Stewart. And the puck goes back out to the slot. And Curnow gets it up the ice. Now to Boswell. Boswell with the big hit from Lush. And they both go down. Now Ramallo looking up ice to Bram. Bram and Lyons coming in with some speed. Bram skates it in front to Ouellette with a delayed penalty coming up. And is coming to Cochrane as St. Arnaud touches up. And the plot thickens, as they say.
Jonathan Lush throwing the body, 6'2", 285 pounds, with Boswell coming in and with a lot of speed there on that last rush. You really thought Boswell was going to have a chance just to beat him and get in on the breakaway, but great job by Lush to stop him. And then that results in the puck going the other way, and Espanola drawing the penalty here.
I've been very impressed with the game of Espanola. I've been very impressed with the game of Cochrane. And again, regardless of...
On 2 different levels, right? Cochrane showing, how to stay pretty even-keeled defensively and, take your chances when they come by. And Espanola saying, this is how you put on a shooting gallery.
And it looks like now, looking out there, no penalty.
I think the officials...
Oh, no, there it is.
Yeah, they're trying to decide who is going in the box.
That's Cardinal going in the box. And now the scorekeeper's asking the referees to come over and explain what's going on. But yeah, no, it's been an impressive game. We've been lucky here to get some really exciting hockey over the last 2 days there, Matt. That Sioux Thunderbirds Timmins Rock game that ended the day yesterday. This one here today.
Even the Espanola French River one, that was a 4-0 win for French River, where, you didn't really know what to expect for French River, who had just 1 win on the season.
No, and they played a great hockey game. As Johnson now comes in, takes a shot, and it's high and over the net of Dick.
I think the reverse of this is if you're Espanola and you only come out of this with maybe 1 point or no points, despite how well you played both against French River and Cochrane, if they come out of this 2-day tournament without getting a single point, it's obviously going to be disappointing to say the least.
Johnson tries to walk out front, can't get a shot away as Ramallo muscles him off. And yeah, I would be very, very disappointed if I was Espanola coming out of this. After
the icing.
Yeah, icing there against the Paper Kings. But very disappointing for sure if you come out of this with a point or no points after you've realistically outplayed both your opponents through the 2 days, Matt.
And it's hard to say you outplayed the opponent when you lose 4-0, but French River, if you didn't see it, it's kind of hard to explain. Like French River, kind of like like Cochrane, they jumped on their opportunities and they played a solid game. But again, for a team that was 1-6, coming up against Espanola, didn't know what to expect, and they just made the most out of their opportunities to win that one 4-0.
Scrum on the near side wall now. Bunch of Paper Kings in there to try and get a hold of that one while they still have the man advantage. 45 seconds left on that. Puck back out to Horgan at the point. Horgan over to Romalo. Romalo goes cross ice to Bessett. He kicks it up and has to chase after it. And we get another bit of a scrum. Puck comes out and Guthrie goes after it. Guthrie with the attempt. It might have hit the pad of Ouellette. Now cross ice to Bessett. He tries to get a shot away. Well, that one's blocked in front by McQuinston. Now Menard with it. They just knock it in front of Ouellette, and Ouellette just puts his glove down on that. And he keeps that one out. 5:12 here left in the third. 16 seconds left on the man advantage.
This has been another good penalty kill here for Cochrane. They've given up the one power play goal earlier in the game. But since then, they've shut down Espanola on the man advantage. 1 for 4 into this going into this penalty or power play.
Back to Lush at the point. Lush takes the shot. Ouellette kicks that one away. And Boswell may have had more time than he had thought, but still gets the puck down the ice, and Dick comes out to play it with Boswell chasing after him. We're back to 5-on-5 now. Back to Lush. And he just waits for his guys to set up and then decides to send it across to Pethick. And the Crunch try to get it back in the zone, which they do. Frost losing it to Pethick. Pethick just pushes over his man. That was Rimstad, who's just knocked down.
Lost
in
his neck guard.
Yeah, had to go off for that. And now we have another stoppage in play.
I think they're calling a hand pass there.
Yeah, it looks that way.
You know, I think Espanola should reach out to TD Bank to see if they want to sponsor their jerseys. It's been bothering me all game. I'm like, I know I've seen that green before.
Oh, no. Oh, no. The big comfy chair.
There you go.
Puck down through the neutral zone. Menard picks it up. And a bit of a risky play there for Lush, but it goes his way. And the puck is up and out of play. And a fan got a souvenir that maybe they didn't think they were going to get, considering there's netting all around the rink here.
Brazo and Lush this period have really been going at it. Lush has been all over Brazo in the Espanola defensive end, and then Brazo has been all over Lush through the neutral zone, and it's been a good battle.
Well, as you can see on the camera on the far side, the Powassan Voodoos are ready to go. They're supposed to be taking on the Greater Sudbury Cubs at 4:15. It's 4:02. Something tells me that game is being pushed back a couple of minutes.
Well, it better be.
As it's tied at 3, 4:08 with left in the third.
Couple of injuries facing the Powassan Voodoos coming up. They will be without their captain, Alex Little. O'Brien is also out. O'Brien is out with a suspension. Cameron Lemke sustained an injury as well, so he is out. And Owen Ferguson got injured as well.
Ferguson doesn't have any luck.
Up. Coming up to Sudbury, they got banged up a little bit, so we relying on a couple of call-ups and some other guys getting in the lineup when they take on the Sudbury Cubs.
Not good news for Powassan to be without Little, as Cardinal trips up. Lemke's been out for a good portion of the season. Last time I saw him, he was in a walking boot, so puck goes down the ice for icing. And Owen Ferguson finally getting into some action there yesterday, and now he's out again. Can't catch a break, it seems. I thought he had a decent game yesterday for the Voodoos as well, so.
Little, yeah. Yeah, he had a couple of big chances throughout the game.
Puck won back by the Paper Kings, but it's going to be Cochrane that gets it out. And now it's Rutowski battling Romalo. Romalo takes him into the boards and neutralizes him from the play. Guthrie. He's been all over the ice as well for Espanola. Sends the puck cross ice, and then a shot attempt off the rebound from the boards goes wide. St. Arnaud tries to get in and go deep. Guthrie turns around with it. Romalo now with the puck. He looks up ice. Just tries to get past his man. And finally they get it out of their zone. The Shields just sends it quickly back in, and Dick goes after it to play it behind his net. Horgan quickly up to Den Uden. It misses his stick and goes out to Shields by the Cochrane bench. And St. Arnaud with the no-look pass just leaves it, and Lush almost had a chance for it. Now we have a high stick call waiting. but it's
Smart
waved
play.
off.
Smart play to let Espanola touch that one first.
Peters Davey sends that one in. Takes a weird bounce off the boards and almost came out in front of the net. 2:35 here left in the third. And Cochrane taking some time to get out of their zone, and they do. It'll be Dion going after it with Pethick, and Pethick gets it back up to Peters Davey. 4 blue sweaters between him and his teammates, and Peters Davey just tries to get a shot away, but it's blocked and he falls to the ice. Lavallee Lewis now in the thick of things, and Espanola trying to get the puck back out to the blue line, and out to the blue line it does. So good that it goes down past their own blue line and behind their net. Romalo, or Pethick I should say, battling with the puck with Boswell.
Nice pass, just couldn't get the shot off.
No, Peters Davey now through the neutral zone. He gets it to Green Gordon. Green Gordon takes the shot, and Ouellette blocks that one with his glove, and then has a bit of a stick for Bessett there after making the stop. 1:41 left in the third.
Great play there by Boswell in the corner to win that puck, get it free out of that area, and find your man right in the middle of the offensive zone. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the shot off, but Liam Boswell, you can see why he's one of the leaders on this team, trying to make things happen. He got the goal that tied things up on the power play, and late in the game now, he's trying to do what he can to wheel his team to a win, which would be their third of the year. Whoa.
Green Gordon with a high hit on Hurtowski, but they keep playing on. LaCroix now carrying it in, tries to get around Stewart, but he can't, as Stewart knocks it into the corner, but the puck comes back out, and Ouellette stops that one. Minute 16 now left on the clock.
And on the far side, Blake Menard at 6 foot, 157 pounds, going toe-to-toe with Green Gordon, 6'2", 180 pounds, a Sudbury, Ontario native, showing off in front of the home fans here, showing off the physicality that he has.
And he's a big boy out there on skates. He's kind of imposing, really. Lines coming in for the draw now for Espanola, as we're about to get back underway. Shields picks up the puck off the face-off and gets it out to Curnow now. Carries it through the neutral zone and just dumps it in past Lush and chases after it. Puck out to the slot. Shot! And it's off the post. And my goodness, what a chance for Cochrane now as Bram comes in and takes the shot. And Ouellette needed to make that save after that near opportunity there for Rimstad, who was in the slot, was able to get the shot away, and it looked like it hit both posts and out.
Yeah, and that's one where unfortunately there isn't replay, because I thought from my angle it went off the center post, but I guess not. I guess it wouldn't have bounced off that. I guess the rebound wouldn't have come out like that, but man, that was close.
Very close with the
Rimstead
game on his stick.
Left all alone in between the hash marks. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that if you're Cochrane trying to take the lead late in this game.
No, and like I said, they haven't gotten many shots here, but the shots they have had, Dick's been fighting a little bit here.
Yeah.
With 30 seconds left in the third. And it's going to be Cochrane with another chance, but they lose the puck in the neutral zone to Espanola, who knock it back in, and Stewart's going to go after it. Game's definitely not starting at 4:15 for the next one. There's 17 seconds left on the clock, and it comes in, and Ouellette's just going to cover that one up. 12.4 seconds on the clock, 47-12 is the shot difference, and we're all tied up at 3, Matt.
Yeah, that's wild. That's 35 differential in the shots.
Some teams are just happy to get to 35 shots.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 43 saves for Ouellette, as Dubinsky did make one save in his 8 seconds of play, and that's going to... What a game for Ouellette is that's going to...
Absolutely.
They're going to steal a point here off the back of Ouellette for sure.
And now they're 1 goal away from taking a second one.
Yeah.
And Espanola is a goal away from giving up.
Giving up the extra point,
giving up the extra point, and would result in them leaving the showcase tournament with just 1 point.
Yeah, and you know
which
what?
would be really unfortunate because, again, Espanola over the 2 games, I mean, you know, technically they've been outscored 7-3, but they haven't played that way.
No.
It's just that's the way the results have been, unfortunately, for them. Whereas Cochrane, you know, we didn't see their game against... we didn't see their game on day 1 because they were on rank 1 when they played Elliott Lake to a 5-2 loss. But if this is any indication of really trying to turn the season around, I mean, they are doing all the right things to make that happen for themselves.
Boswell and Peters Davey.
Although you probably like to play a little bit less time in your own zone, but
yeah.
You've survived it, and you're coming out of it with at least 1 point.
So we got 5 minutes of 3-on-3 hockey here. And then a shootout, of course. Stewart carrying the puck all the way down the ice. The captain of the Crunch takes the shot, and it's wide. And it goes all the way down and back into the Cochrane zone for Boswell to go after. And Boswell sends it up into the neutral zone once again for Stewart to go after. Bram all over him, though. And Boswell tries to get it past Peters Davey.
I remember Espanola doesn't have Leach, as he was sent to the locker room late in the game.
Bram with the shot. Ouellette looking a little uncomfortable on that glove save, but still able to get a glove on it and get the frozen puck for the stoppage and play.
They don't have Christopoulos. He was kicked out from the game.
I thought Christopoulos was having a heck of a game, too.
All things that the coaching staff will have to consider pending the result of this one.
Pertowski now with the puck. Skates around. Leaves it up for Curnew. And Curnew gets it up ice, and he's going to carry it through the neutral zone. Curnew tried to leave it, but it hopped over his stick, so he's going to have to go after it. And rather, that's Dion out there, not Hertowski. And we're going to get another stoppage here. Second overtime game we've seen in the 2 days. Yesterday's game was an exciting one between the Sioux Thunderbirds and Timmins Rock. That went the Thunderbirds' way.
It finished in, 5 seconds into overtime?
Yeah, exactly. McConnell Barker was just able to walk his way and will his way to the net. Menard, with a big body of Green Gordon out there, has about 2 feet on him, it looks like. Tries to get the puck out, and instead he's just going to send it down to his zone to try and play the possession game.
And remember, each team has had a lead in this game.
Yep.
Espanola had a 1-0 lead, then a 3-2 lead after Cochrane eventually went up 2-1. Uh-oh.
And there's going to be a penalty there for Cochrane, as that was definitely a call that needed to be made with the trip. So we're going to get some 4-on-3 action here with 3:12 left in this overtime period.
Yeah, I think that trip from Rimstead was almost necessary. They almost went out on a 2-on-0. Rimstead tried to make it look like he just got tangled up with the other player. But Rimstead isn't going to the box.
There he goes.
4-on-3. Yeah. Yeah, Rimstead should be in the box, yeah.
There's going to be a lot of open ice out there now for a power play opportunity. Gordon and Bessett out there with Romalo. Back to Romalo. He goes cross ice to Horgan. Romalo back to Horgan. To Green Gordon on the far side. He's going to switch places with Horgan. And they're going to get it out front, and that's just going to go through the crease, and nobody's going to get to it. Horgan now looks in, tries to take the shot. Bodies flying everywhere. That one misses the net. Romalo back over to Horgan. Horgan to Romalo, who was looking for the shot. Couldn't get it off in time to Horgan. He takes the shot, and it's going to go off the glass and out of the zone with 1:23 left on this power play.
8th penalty of the game assessed to Cochrane.
Discipline. You got to watch out for that.
Bit of an issue, yeah.
Gordon back to the point. Skates around with it, changes places with Romalo.
Cochrane just 1 for 7, though, going into this one.
Over to Horgan. Back to
Espanola,
Romalo.
sorry.
Over to Romalo, who takes the shot. Finally got one of his liking, and it went well wide. Back over to Horgan. And a shot coming in, and Ouellette's all over that one. That's 48 shots against now, and 12 for Cochrane. 47 seconds left on the man advantage. Remember, Dubinsky came in for 8 seconds at the end of the second, made 1 save. So that's 44 saves on the game for Ouellette. And if he's not the player of the game for Cochrane, I don't know who is.
Maybe the next guy that scores a goal.
Brazo gives it away.
Whoa.
That went up and over the net for Bram. And Romalo hasn't come off the ice at all with his man advantage as he's touching the puck now. Up to Bram. Bram tries to walk it in. Then Romalo takes the shot. And I don't think Ouellette saw that one, so thankfully it hit a body and went wide. Back to Romalo. Over to Bram. Bram tries to go short side. He can't get it in. And quickly on that one is the Paper Kings. Back to Romalo. Cross ice. Over to Romalo for another shot. And it's in and out of the glove quickly, but Ouellette pounces on that one. With 8 seconds left in this overtime period, they have officially hit the 50-shot marker with 1:20 left in overtime.
Romalo was looking to end it there. Set up below the left side circle. Big-time slapper. But it didn't have any movement on it. It went straight at the glove. And all Ouellette had to do was make sure he could gobble that up after it bounced out of his mitt.
And that's going to do it for the man advantage as Cochrane.
Wow, that was a quick one.
Down.
That was a quick 2 minutes.
It was. It's funny how quickly time goes in overtime, eh?
So now
it'll be 4 on 4 till the next whistle, if there is a whistle. As Espanola now going up the ice with Denuden looking for it. And now nothing called on that one.
Yikes.
And Espanola would have gotten away with that one as it was a bit of a hook or a trip on Curnow from Denuden. Lush stripped of the puck, but he's going to get it back in the neutral zone. 40 seconds left of overtime. And it's going to be back to Pethick. Yeah, game's not started. Oh, here we go. No, the puck's back to Peters Davy. And he tries to skate it in, but he's just pushed off it by Stewart. It's kind of a go away. Denuden tries to carry the puck around, but he can't get it in deep into the zone. Now Peters Davy with it. He has it deep in the zone. He skates around with it. Back out to Denuden, who gets the puck, and it's knocked down by Stewart, who hit it off his arm, or rather Curnow. It was right down to Ouellette, and judging by the fact that it's 4:17, yeah, the next game's not starting at 4:15.
It's taken almost an hour to play the third plus overtime. It was about 25 after when the third period was almost getting ready to begin, because I was thinking, all right, this one's probably going to be wrapped up in the next 30, 40 minutes, and we'll have about a 20-minute break between games. So
yeah, and you know what? Usually, we got 10 seconds left here. Stewart's just going to dump it down the ice. Menard's going to chase after it. 5 seconds left on the clock. Back out to Romalo. And that's going to do it for overtime. So now it's time for the shootout to get a deciding factor in this one. After overtime, 65 minutes of play, shots on goal 51-13, score is 3-3. But yeah, as you were saying, it's taken almost an hour. And in some cases, like some games, it might feel like an hour. That one did not feel like an hour.
That certainly did not.
That one flew by.
64 combined shots in this game between Cochrane and Espanola.
That's almost a shot a minute.
That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. And I am, it's funny that it's only 3-3.
Yep.
Both teams really, it felt like they could have added one or two more onto that total, but when they needed to, they bared down and did the job defensively. And so now it'll be up to the coaching staff to decide who they're going to go with to win it.
Quick update on the other game going on. The Sioux Eagles are up 2-0 over the Timmins Rock.
Michael Leach is coming back onto the bench.
Interesting. Maybe it's because he
So
only
it
had...
wasn't, yeah, it was just 2 for roughing and a 10-minute unsportsmanlike conduct.
And update in the Major League Baseball world, the Buffalo Bisons are up 1-0 on the Baltimore Orioles. As here comes Boswell, Matt's player to watch, who scored the game tire. He comes in, and what a save by Dick, who turns that one away. Boswell with a great shot, and Dick just got the pad down quick.
I thought Dick was giving up too much on the glove side there. I thought Boswell had that one, but he decides to go to the middle, tried to go 5-hole, and Dick didn't allow that to happen.
Nope. Here comes Bram, who I think's
Oh,
also
boy.
had a good start as well, and now we get a quick blowdown on that one. Looks like something to do with Ouellette, who kind of puts his hands up like, what did I do?
Are you not allowed to come out of the crease until...
He touches the puck.
And...
Seems like it.
Now he's allowed out. He came way out.
Comes Bram with the shot. Another save by Ouellette. And you see some Voodoo's players urging on the performance of Ouellette as well. They're banging on the glass. And again, the sportsmanship is alive with these
you
two-day
really feel it.
NOJHL showcase.
Absolutely.
It's just been a fun event to be a part of to this point.
Not over yet. 2 more games for us to come here.
Coming in now is Cameron Frost, who also had a goal in the game. As he comes in slowly, takes the shot, makes a move, and he scores.
Wow, what a move by Frost. Came in on the right wing side and then got right in tight on the goaltender Dick and then made a secondary move to cut even further around the blocker side of Dick, and he just is able to scoop it around the leg of Dick, who went sprawling out to try and poke that one away. And all of a sudden, Cochrane lead in the shootout.
Blake Peters-Davy now to tie it up at 1. Coming in, makes a quick move, and he didn't really get a shot off as it goes wide of the net. So now Cochrane will send out their captain, Will Stewart, with a chance to win the game, Matt.
Peters-Davy made a similar move to Frost down his right wing side and then tried to cut in, but that poke check was successful from Ouellette.
Stewart comes in with some speed, moves in, takes the shot, and wins the game for Cochrane. The Crunch steal a point from the Espanola Paper Kings. Who would have thought with the shot total? And my goodness, it's got to feel good to be the boys in blue after that one.
Yeah, it's going to be the Paper Kings that are feeling blue after that one. Oh my goodness, what a comeback. Twice.
Wow.
They were down by a goal. They were down by 40-something shots.
Oh my goodness.
Tonight's 3 Stars is brought to you by Dave's Automotive Services, 411 Airport Road in North Bay. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect from Dave's.
What a wild game that turned into. There were points where I thought, well, Espanola is about to walk away with this one. And the Crunch never let them get too far. Took advantage of their 2 power play, took advantage on 2 power play goals. And after tying it up 3-3, I don't know, did they even get more than a shot after they tied it up 3-3?
No, I
Maybe
don't think
1 or
so.
2 shots. So
Not many.
what an effort by Cochrane to just hang around and steal away the extra point.
So Pethick will be the player of the game for the Espanola Paper Kings. And who wants to place money on who will be the player of the game for Cochrane?
Well, Cochrane now 3-7-1 overall, while Espanola will drop to 5-4-1-1 on the season.
And that's Ouellette, the goaltender, who gets the player of the game for the Crunch. And my goodness, what a game did he have. He's going to be someone to watch here moving forward. That's 2 goaltenders I've been impressed with a lot now with Cochrane Crunch in the 2 games I've seen them play.
Absolutely.
Wow, what a game. I mean, we thought it couldn't get better than that Sioux Thunderbirds Timmins Rock game yesterday, but I think this game just proved it can.
That was quite the game. Espanola, Cochrane, they're going to have some fun rematches over the course of this 2022-23 season.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. But for now, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with another YouTube video on the front line. And, of course, Hockey TV will be back with the Powassan Voodoos and the Greater Sudbury Cubs. You're not going to want to miss that matchup. I know we'll be here to bring it for you, and we're looking forward to more on the front line after this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you to the third game of the afternoon. It's Powassan, it's Sudbury. There's a vibe in the air as these two rivals get set to go at it. Sent into the Powassan zone around the far side corner. Stopping it there is Long. Trying to get it out now. Skating it to the blue line. Picked up by Wilkie. Crossover pass to the left side. Shot comes in. Bobbled in front and recovered quickly by the goaltender Bone. I'm Matthew Sucrum alongside Courtney Kenny. And
Players to Watch is brought to you by Mike the Financial Advisor. If you have financial questions, he has financial answers. On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Mike the FA.
Sorry, Matt, just a couple of players to watch in this one. We're going to be looking at Sean Thies, number 21 for the Powassan Voodoos. He scored 2 goals at the last game in Powassan against the Timmins Rock. And the other one that we'll be looking at is former North Bay Trapper, Marshall McCharles, who's had a good start to his season with the Sudbury Cubs, and he's a Sudbury Wolf draft pick.
And there he is, McCharles at the blue line, takes the shot, save made by the netminder Flageau. So Flageau and did not start in yesterday's game as that one touches the roof and they'll blow the play down.
Well, this is our third game today, 7th out of 8 on the Frontline Game Day broadcast and YouTube. It's our second time seeing both the Sudbury Cubs and the Powassan Voodoos, both teams coming off victories yesterday. And we'll see which team comes out victorious in this one, Matt.
5-2 win for Powassan yesterday. Service gets it up ahead. McDonald at the line, dumps it in. Picked up back there by Crane. He leaves it for Shanks. Finding Crowder on the near side. He pushes over Fullerton. In front of the net, Service scored in yesterday's game. Sent around to the near side. McDonald battles at the line. And it looks like they're going to